Bring your ass. Nigga, I did not know you said action.
I did. I just said action.
I did not hear it. All right, we're going to do it again.
Shit. Let's do it.
Give me like a 3, 2, 1.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Welcome to Ask a Man Mondays. I'm Zilla.
And I'm Tay Noonsy up in this piece. What's going on?
Good to have everybody in. It's going to be a good show tonight, man. How you feel?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. How about yourself?
Can't complain. I can't complain, man. I can't complain, dog.
See my good brother over there looking spiffy. You look like you just left another job interview, man. Shit.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I just had to get spliffy.
And I'm looking irresponsible as fuck.
It happened. It happened. It happened. It happened.
Yeah. Shout out to the IG family. As good brother Zilla said, we are actually on StreamYard. There is a link. Request us for the link as we can progress with the show. We can try to send you the link so you can come and watch us live here. This is a pre-recorded show, and we will be airing this on Monday. If I'm not mistaken, every Monday we're gonna be rolling out a show.
Absolutely.
So if you want to be part of the show, hit that link.
Subscribe.
That's right.
So we had a great show last week for the first episode of season 2. Got some good feedback and reviews on that, and the ladies had some questions, man.
Yeah.
They had some questions. They had some questions. They asked you some questions. They asked me some questions.
Yeah, they asked me some questions, but before I even get to that, man, I just want to first commend you for coming through with that show and bringing the special guests and stuff. Shout out to Dope Female Trainer. She came through with some spoken word. That was just great, man. I think that was like something I hadn't experienced in a long time, man. So that was real dope. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we also had Chris Williams that stopped in and gave us a blessing with his time and his wisdom. So yeah, shout out to Christopher Williams and also Dope Female Trainer. So thank you for that.
Yep.
What's up, Instagram Live? Y'all make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, and also if you want to come in on StreamYard, you're more than welcome to.
Yep. Just go ahead and hit that link. Ask for the DM. Ask for the link. We'll DM you the link. Everybody who knows where the links are, you just go ahead and click that link and make sure you give StreamYard permission to access your camera and your mic, and then you can come on here. You can watch us in all of our splendor.
So I think we got a good show tonight, Noon. I really do. We got some serious questions, and also we got the live chat comment available for people to bring us questions as we do the show. So I think it's gonna be pretty good tonight, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what it's all about right there. Yeah, I was able to get, I think, 3 or 4 questions, and I know you had a few yourself, so we can get it started whenever you're ready.
Breaking, we have an intervenience. Noon, did you receive the samples of the nut oils anytime this week or last week? And if so, tell me what you thought about them, brother.
I must say that I felt like a brand new man, smelling like everything good and everything great.
Talk to me.
In fact, when I get out of my bed, a woman steals my pillowcase and my sheets. Give me back my shit, lady.
Well, thank you about that. Thank you about that. Shout out to everybody that's entering up. Let's get it. You're fired to the Mundo Oscar Monday. All right, man. That's funny as hell.
Yeah. So you want me to start with the first question?
Yeah, man, break it down. Let me see what you got, man. Go ahead and drop the bomb on me, man.
Okay, so let's see. Well, we were talking about a few things, and I know spirituality and relationships came up. I had a question, and I know you had one that was similar to that. I'll ask a question that's in that ballpark, and then I guess we can just tackle both of those questions uh, like back to back. So the question that I have is it important to have the same religious beliefs?
um, that's a real good question. Shout out to whoever asked that. Is it important to have the same religious belief? I would say this: if you are a religious person and you have a religion and you practice your religion, yes, it would be important in my perspective to have um, something that lines up with that. However, personally for me, I'm not a religious person. I am a believer of Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. So my spirituality doesn't have a religion.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'll answer it in two parts. I think that if you're just dating, probably not. But if you're planning on the relationship to be more serious, I think that that's something that needs to be discussed and understood when you first, like, if you know that you're really going to be with that person, then yeah.
Right,
Um, I think that it was more important to be what we call equally yoked. Um, it was more important to do so in the '90s, in the '80s, but like in these times in the 2000s, that because of all the new things that's coming about, the world is changing so much. Um, is something that, in the dynamic of relationships, it may not necessarily be something that most people would really care for as far as like their relationship. If they get along, they get along. If
right,
you might be you might have a different religion, but if the way that it's structured, the religion, the what is it called? The foundation. If the foundation
hmm
is based on the same thing, then I think two people could coexist because if you found peace and solidarity in that and you need to, have a moment to yourself, I think that the other person should respect that. But again,
right.
when it comes to like marriage and stuff like that, I think that that's a real strong core thing to have with one another. You share your beliefs and share that structure. And please excuse the sound in the background. Got some Harleys rolling by. Um, I think that it's very important to have that foundation.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Let me add some more to that. Um, I haven't been a religious person in a long time, so I kind of forgot the the structure and the boundaries on this. And I believe without having some similarities between you and the person you're attracted to or speaking about, you're going to clash eventually. So I would say yes, it is important to at least have some type of similar beliefs or religion, uh,
Yeah, yeah,
even
because
when it
that
comes
can,
to spirituality.
yeah, because it can cause a problem when you start having discussions about things and your personal beliefs and how things happen, and somebody that you're laying down with, they may come at you at an angle that that's all the way off the mark, and it's not real to you. So it's very important to have those discussions, especially if you're planning on being with somebody the rest of your life.
I agree. No, we got a live comment. Someone in the comments just put in, I don't let worldly things guide me. I let spiritual guide me. Religion is man made based on myths, and spiritual is the truth. Thank you for that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I understand that, but as I said, in these times, the way things have changed over time now, you have to be fair and understanding of that person. You may like them, so you mean to tell me because they believe in what we call man-made religion based on myths, if that really has them like as a person that's secure with themselves and they got it together, is that really a deal breaker just because you believe in more of a the spiritual side of things? And I mean, if it worked for them, I don't see it being a problem.
I can agree with that. I can
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah. I mean, that's a question for her. Would that be a deal breaker? While we wait on that answer, I know you had a question that was kind of in that ballpark. Would you like to
Um,
pose the question?
what's your thoughts on spirituality since we're speaking about
My thoughts on spirituality is it's a universal thing. It's everywhere. Um, they're good spirits, they're bad spirits, and you have to be careful what you allow in your life. Um, Spirits and choices go hand in hand. I tell everybody when we do have conversations like this, without getting too far spooky in it, I say, man, every choice has a consequence. And when you are in that space, um, that becomes very important. Your choices, the places that you go, what you allow to absorb, all that stuff really counts for something. So um, that's just a basic, like surface explanation. I don't want to dive too deep, but what about it to you?
it? I just want to say my phone just froze and I didn't hear nothing you said, and I apologize. However, I guess this is my turn. I'll say my thoughts on spirituality uh, is first off, I feel that it's inevitable to not acknowledge, and once you even accept that it's a part of life, then you can start trying to tap in deeper uh, for the right thing. Some people try to tap in to manipulate oneself or the others, or some people tap in just to learn oneself and true identity and purpose. So um, I would say it comes with seeking self, and religion doesn't offer that. So I feel that spirituality is more realistic and the the true way of actually getting closer to the higher power that you believe in.
That's right. I like that.
Thank
Maybe one day we should get someone who's an expert at talking about those things. I think it will open up a whole lot more conversation, and then we can kind of relate it to relationships. Maybe we can have somebody who's like deep into spirituality, and then have someone who's like a marriage counselor, or someone who's kind of in that realm, an expert, and then kind of mesh it all together. I think that would be a great combination that we can look into in the future.
I'm with, I'm,
Um,
I'm down with that. I'm
yeah,
down with that.
we have we have a response to the question that we posed. Said, I think a mutual understanding is most important as long as you have a connection and it's deeper than what's going on outside your relationship. Then it doesn't matter what religion or spirituality you're on. I agree with most of that. I think most of the time that's the thing, because I don't like nobody up in my business if I'm in a relationship. Don't be telling everybody everything. That's how stuff gets started,
Yeah,
even the good, because you never know. Like, not everybody who smile around you is really happy for you. So they'll be looking for stuff, and that's the spiritual side of it too.
absolutely.
That it's all that stuff. So yeah.
Uh,
Um,
do you feel that ego and spirituality can coexist?
I think ego is a form of a spirit that is it's almost like a levee or a dam or something.
Hmm,
you, you know, it could be troublesome for you if you don't understand when to let go of certain things or allow certain things to happen for yourself for growth. You can your ego could really block your own blessings.
exactly.
You know, so yeah. What about you?
I would say no, they cannot coexist because you have your own personal desires battling against your design purpose.
Yeah.
Um, I believe I went through that the first 18 or 25 years of my life with striving and wanting and discerning to go to uh, the basketball league, whether that was across seas or in the NBA. And I know what I wanted to do with that. I know how I wanted my life to be. And that wasn't why I was created. So with the with the with the flesh desiring what I was desiring, I was asking for something that I wasn't even ready for. And once I got it, I saw it wasn't anything that I strived for my whole life. The game of basketball wasn't even fun after I started getting paid for it. It was just like a regular job. And even though I felt happy to finally be on the team, I didn't feel spiritually good because how long it took me to get on the team and finally get to the destination I wanted to. I
Mm,
was 10 years late.
yeah.
So coincidentally, I ended up breaking my arm.
Mm,
So I had no choice but to leave it alone. And once I did that, I gave up my desires for what I wanted out of my life. And once I did that, that didn't mean that I gave up and just hid under a rock. I just allowed what I believe the spirit telling me to do, and it led me to going to a comedy school. It led me to making some money. It led me to meeting people, and it led me to be in a position to where I'm seeing that I'm actually having some type of purpose of my existence. And I
mm.
have no ego because I'm not doing this because I wanted to. This isn't something that I picked out of the categories of life.
So yeah. You know, I can agree with that. I mean, my view on it may be a little bit different. I would say that the ego is and I don't mean it exactly in this way, but for people to understand it, I'm just going to say it. I think the ego is a necessary evil to have sometimes though, because it's a dualistic, you know, we talk about the spirit and say it's negative and it's positive. Um, you know, we talk about having your ego in check. We hear things like, you know, we're not on our time, we on God's time. Um, sometimes you are led, most of the time you are led to go through things to build you up in places that you may not necessarily be that strong. And those things that you encounter, you wonder why it's so tough, or you wonder why when you're making a move and you know that you're in stride, and all of a sudden these obstacles come your way. It's because it's always going to be a force trying to pull you back.
Right,
So you know that's when keeping your ego in check becomes important, because you have to trust the process and understand where it's coming from. Now, if you get stubborn and you just totally just don't really adhere to what, you know, the changes that are happening, or you just don't see it, then I think that's when the ego becomes something that can consume you. But if you are more open to seeing things change and manifest itself, and you are more of a positive thinker, um, you can master that. Think about it. There's been plenty of times you would think that. Let me put it like this: the beautiful thing about what you said about us not really like you want to know your purpose. The majority of us don't really know our purpose. Like I work all these hours. Majority of us we have jobs. We work all these hours and try to provide for our families and try to get these things that we like and feel comfortable in the system that we are drawn into and what we participate in. Um, Sometime I take a step back and look at this shit and be like, man, I know I wasn't put here just to do this. You know, we're all being distracted from a greater purpose, and and that's the spiritual side of it. But we're being attacked by the physical. Eh, but the crazy part, like they say, that it's principalities and how I say in the word, it's principalities and things in high places. You know what I'm saying? So it's both hand in hand. This is the physical stuff is used as a weapon against us.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that. I
yeah,
agree.
so none of us are really doing exactly what we're 100% set and purpose for, but there are moments that we hit the mark.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Someone in the comments type, do you believe everything happens for a reason?
Yeah.
I would say absolutely,
Hmm.
good and bad. Um, absolutely, everything happens for a reason. I don't believe people are dying um, uh, 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 when it's not their time. Uh, Besides the people that take their own lives, of course, but even that's probably was in the design, in a sense, I believe. So yes, good and bad, everything happens for a reason. That's why you can get a phone call uh, during a perfect time and during feeling something, or right when you go through something, or right when you get done going through something. That's why you could come across something the next day after you have a tragedy or a good thing. Everything happens for a reason.
That's right.
How you
Yeah.
feel about that?
No,
How y'all feel
I
about that?
yeah, yeah. Y'all let us know how what y'all think about that. But yeah, I mean, I bring up my brother a lot. He ended up on felony probation. And the reason why I remember that day because he was really trying to get his life together. He was talking about how he wanted to get a job. He don't want to be in the streets, acting out, hanging around people up to no good. And I knew he was serious. Me and him, like, he's like, big bro, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so what I did, I had got him some interview clothes because you know, I saw him applying for jobs and stuff. So I had got him interview clothes, and he was sleeping. I put the clothes and stuff near his bed. And when he woke up, he saw it, and when he got up, he came. He said, "Bro, you got this for me?" I said, "Yeah, I got it for you." And the same damn day that happened, he ended up getting caught up in that mess. And but although that was a huge obstacle for him, like that was a crossroad right there where he could have just given up all hope. Like, man, as soon as he trying to do something better, then something bad happened and he just go all the way off. But it actually made him mentally like tougher. And he understood that it was important to get his life together. So he did it. And I'm so proud of him for that. But when he got off felony probation, I said, everything happened for a reason, right? Because he was at his girlfriend house.
Yeah,
And like 6 days before his felony probation was up, the police went and raided all the places where they thought he was at, but he happened to be at family house somewhere else. They was trying to catch him so that they can extend his probation
yeah,
for no reason.
yeah.
But thank goodness he was out with family somewhere else. So I do believe that everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely, absolutely. That just made me remember a couple of things that I've experienced in my life, right?
Hmm.
Um, I remember probably about 3 or 4 weeks before my 21st birthday, I had got high all, I got so damn high all day, man. I just slept. And I woke up at night hungry hungry as hell, right?
Right.
So I decided to drive to Wendy's. Shout out to
Mm.
Wendy's. Uh, and as I drove to Wendy's, I got me something to eat, and I was coming back home, and I got pulled over right around the corner from my house.
I hate when that happens.
And the cop pulled me over, gave me a sobriety field test, said I was swerving, uh, gave me a breath test, and I still got detained and taken down to the police station. And when I got down there, they gave me the breath test that you you take stationary. And then he looked at me. He said, "Will you take a blood test? Because I believe since you're not drunk, you're high." And I told him, "No, I don't take a blood test." And I ended up getting my license suspended and
Mm.
catching the OWI. From that incident, they suspended my license, and that was the first time I got suspended. So in my mind, the only thing that I understood from a suspension was, when you got suspended from school.
Mm-hmm.
So after 6 months, I got back in my damn car and I started driving. Didn't know I had to reinstate my shit.
Yeah.
Didn't know I had to get the special ass insurances, SR22, SR12, 15, 69, all this SR shit.
Right.
And I ended up getting pulled over again by the same damn cop.
Oh wow.
Uh, this cop put a driving charge on me noon that caused me to lose my license for 5 years.
Oh man.
And I was a young man just entering my life. Had my own car and all that. Couldn't drive for nothing. And life got hard. It made me start dating women so they could drive my car. And, since I couldn't drive. And for those 5 years, I experienced women for the first time. And I learned women, and I had my experiences, and I had my shares and dealings with them, right? Just because
Mm-hmm.
of the situation. But if it didn't happen like that, I never would have had to feel like I dated or needed a woman to come in my life to drive my car around since my license was suspended. And I'll be damned if after the 5 years, my shit got suspended another 5 years.
Oh my God.
So I experienced it the whole 10 years of my 20s, just off that strength of reasoning.
Mm.
And what I went through and what I experienced and what I learned, it caused me to grow, to become uh, who I am now. So, yes, everything happens for a reason.
That's right.
But I still drove illegally, though.
All right. So shout out to Tay Rob. I just saw she said hello.
Shout
I
out to
tried to.
everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up? So we have another question here. This so this is a good one. It said, would you stop dating a woman that fell out with your family?
What? Would I stop dating a woman that fell out with my family? Well, I would say what fell out means fell out. So it was we had a big falling out. Okay, so something happened. Clearly, something happened. Uh, who's at fault?
Is this the question?
More than likely, I would say yes. Uh, but depending on what I'm saying, who your family is, because we all got them.
Yeah.
We all got them. You feel what I'm saying? We all got 'em. So depending on, you know what I'm saying, what type of family you get and the falling out. But at the same time, we need to know who started it, how, what all happened. But at the end of the day, family is family. But are we talking about a husband or a wife, or are we talking about a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
Let's break down the scenarios. Let's
Let's
say if
do it.
it's let's just say if it's like boyfriend girlfriend, and your girl don't get along with your family.
All right, so it's my girlfriend. Now I need to know who's at fault. And then I need to see or understand or learn the truth of what all happened and transpired. But if I see it, and I see some ugliness in my family, excuse me, then no, I'm not gonna leave my girl. However, if I see it and I see some standard in my family, but I see some ugliness in my girl, then yeah, you're wrong. However, even if I don't see anything ugly in my girl, unless she's silent and controls her tongue, and I see that she took the high road, I guess that still contradicts it's still falling out. So it wouldn't even be falling out if she did that, right? Shit. I don't. Yeah, I would have to leave her ass alone because she had to do something, And if you're gonna fight with my family, then you're gonna fight with me.
And I was about to kind of say that because if you think about it, what person have beef with your whole family though? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
you,
saying?
you
Like
got yeah.
your whole family. Now I see if you got a problem with a cousin or maybe even one of my parents rubbed you the wrong way the first time, and I just be like, oh man, just be around them, give them a chance. You don't know them. We're getting to know the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But if it's like every time we go somewhere now, it's like always an issue. Don't put me in a position where I gotta choose between you and my family. You
right,
know, that's really it. And before this even happens, to be honest, and um this is why now in relationships, if I'm pending a relationship, like I said in the last show, I'm watching that woman in her space. I want to see how she treat her family when someone makes her upset. Let us go out to a restaurant and somebody make a error. How do they treat that person? You know what I'm saying? So, let's say if someone is wrong, how do they handle them, even though they're 100% right? How do they talk to that person? Because that could be a precursor to what happens to me. So I pay attention to all that stuff now. And if she already got drama with her mama and her family and all them, and not trying to work nothing out, and always talking that family, not nothing talk. I'm not saying that she wrong, but I'm also not saying she 100% right. That's her experience, and her experiences are not gonna rub off on me because I'm a different type of person. So I probably won't be dealing with her ass too long anyway if it was like that. But
but
if she
what?
real cute, I'll give her a chance.
I was gonna say, what if the booty real fat?
If
What if the booty real fat? The booty.
cute, I'll give her a chance if I like her enough to bring her around my family. But if she's still on that, and it's like, damn, nothing happened. Like what? Like I introduced you to my folks, and you found something wrong with them. You know what I mean? Let's say if you got some family members and they kind of look her up and down, but she don't know what you done been through with the last woman. So your family might just kind of be a little protective of you, and you just kind of got to pull them aside, like, hey, this. I wouldn't have brought her around if she wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? So kind of ease up. Remember that one nigga you brought over?
Right.
None
I,
of us
I,
like
I,
him, and we didn't do nothing.
I keep getting this scene in my head. Like I got a girl and I bring her to the family reunion. It's a sunny day outside, and we sitting by the trees in the shade at the picnic table that's wooden and red ish. And my girl sitting there with an ugly stank face, looking at one of my distant cousins, talking about, what the fuck she looking at? Why she keep looking at me like that?
See? At that point,
That's what I'm getting. And if that happens like that, then yeah, you got to go. You got
you
to
gotta
cause
go.
that.
Yeah, you got to go. now, if you fell out with the family, it had to be something real ugly,
It had
but I will give a moment for reconciliation. Now, if you just can't get along with them, I'm not about to be it's not you're not about to separate me from my family because you don't know how to deal with conflict resolution. Because my family is gonna listen to me. It depending on what the situation is, this my household.
right,
This is my situation. You know, they're not gonna make me feel uncomfortable either. They will hold it together and be respectful.
right,
But if I have it like that to where my family is holding it together and being respectful, they don't gotta like you, but they do have to respect you, and especially if I'm there, I'm not gonna allow nobody who I'm with to be disrespected. You know,
right,
and they gotta have some respect. But if they're even doing that and the person I'm with still sense that it might be fake or whatever the case may be, you're not even playing the game right at this point. Now you want it to keep going. I
right,
can't deal with that either because I'm not choosing between you and my family.
right.
You know, so it's little stuff like that to be having. I'm cool. Can't deal with it.
I can understand that. I can understand that. I always think about like which one of my family members she'd have got into it or he'd have got into it. But is the daddy, the mama, the brother, the uncle?
And yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. It does differ if it's a female family member and it's a male family member. Because 'cause I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Dude, what's your gripe?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know her? Or did you date somebody in her family? Or, like,
Like shit.
let me know something." You know what I mean? Don't just be quiet and be stirring shit up with my girl every time we come around.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it is a difference. You know, if it was a female cousin, I'd be like, "So what, you just saw her with somebody? You mad at her now? What happened? We just need to know what's going on." So, it is a difference. You had a question, though?
Next question is, how do you know when you found the one?
You ain't looking for nobody else?
Mm, that's some pimp shit. I would say how you know you found the one. If you're out here dating and you're out here really dating, yes, you're really out here putting some effort into this shit. Uh, and you keep coming up short, but you keep your head up. And when you finally meet the one that makes you see and appreciate the separation of what you have been coming across time after time, back to back, regardless of the time frame or the time period of how people show their true colors or show their ass. Uh, you get a good understanding and a feeling about an individual, and you still could be coming up with a short stick. It just ain't as short as the ones you've been coming up with. Come on. So that doesn't mean that that's necessarily the one, but that's along the outlines of how you go about it. You keep on being a good person, a genuine person, a gentleman, or a lady, um, and you don't change that. And that's how you can put it on the scale of it's not you, or it's not something that you're creating or causing time after time. Uh, and a man could go through hundreds of women before you find the right one. You just got to make sure he's not creating anything he's gonna have to read.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Um, it really depends on how you was raised, though. I mean, um, like I said about, like, watching the person that you with, observing them in their natural state. Um, if we study courtship a lot more than the love bombing and all the lustful things that us heathens be doing,
Come on.
then I think that body count that we be having would drop dramatically because we wouldn't give certain people a chance. You know,
Right.
no matter how cute you are, the fear of loss or whatever you want to call it. It's a bunch of different ways of describing somebody who is lusting over someone and they like, man, I got to have it, you know, or I got to keep it around. If you
Yeah.
get past that part and you're just looking at them for who they are and what they're showing you, and you're not giving them no excuses, like this person just showed me exactly who they are, then you can get past a lot of stuff. I got all the noise going on right now. You know, my puppies are scratching to get in right now. So I don't know, brother, if you don't mind, I would like to play a very short clip, and then we'll come back. Shout out to Instagram, the Instagram family. Y'all really we were supposed to close this out, and y'all can come into StreamYard and watch the rest of the show because we are going to be airing this on Monday. So let me go ahead and play this commercial, very quick commercial, and then we're going to start bringing the links into the DMs of y'all's, and we'll see where we go from there because we're going to have to shut down the Instagram in just a bit. But before we do that, we're going to let y'all hear a little something, and you won't be able to see it until you watch the replay. So this is going to be great right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up, Zilla, if you don't mind.
No problem.
This has been sponsored by.
Now, if you hear me yelling at my dogs, please don't judge me.
We don't hear no.
Right. Here we go. Right here. All right, here we go.
Motherfucker shot.
I like that. That was a cool commercial.
All right. Woo! I tried to get it done. Before. I tried to get it done before it was over with. I know it's only like 30 seconds long, but get your ass up.
I think that's some of the funniest, non-funniest shit in the world, man. It's funny as hell, man, but it's not. But
we the ones making the noises. Now, if it was actual dogs doing it, then yeah, it would be it would be good. Yeah. So thank y'all for being patient with me when it came to that. I'm gonna go ahead and send the link. I'll send the link to a few of y'all in y'all DMs on IG. So y'all can come join us here because we about to shut it down. I mean, we can't tell y'all everything on IG. You know, y'all gotta watch us on YouTube.
Come on.
Right?
Wait, girl, I saw that shit on YouTube Live.
You know what I'm saying? So here we go right here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy it. And I'm just gonna send it to a few people.
Now,
and
what they don't know, we finna go with soon as we turn this off. We men have dealings with women we know that aren't the one. That's the next topic we about to come with, but you got to come over here to see that.
Yep. All right. So if I didn't see the DM and you want to get the DM, you want that link, go ahead and just let me know in my inbox or in Zilla's because he has access to the link as well.
Yeah,
This
ladies,
is
y'all can always slide in my DMs too, please. My DMs is always
here we go.
open.
All right. So we about to go on ahead and shut it down, y'all. But we enjoy y'all company and come join us over here on StreamYard. If not, tune in on Monday on YouTube. Peace. All right. So now that we've gotten that part out of the way, we'll go ahead and continue on with the story. Now, you were bringing up another question. What was the other question?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
We men have dealings with women that we know are not the one. And I believe that to be true, and I agree with that, and I admit to that as a man.
Mhm.
I have been guilty of that, and I believe all men, all straight men. Well, even all men, because even for the LGBT QWXYZs, they done chose the wrong dealers. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah, all men, all people, well, including men, we've all had this. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if you would call it a lust or a fetish or a desire or a mission, hobby, sport, but it's always been something where we've experienced dealing with a woman we know we didn't see ourselves with. We know we damn sure didn't see ourselves having kids with or marrying, but we just still wanted to deal with them. Just get some sex, in my opinion, ultimately. And just for sex.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Sometimes you get with somebody and you there, because of the flesh. And so, you being a heathen, right? Heathen. And
Flesh.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you with the flesh. And you're not really looking at the person within and what they've already showed you. So it's all physical. And then when you do finally start paying attention to her, which is usually after the moment of ejaculation, once all the gentlemen or Mr. Milkbone skeet up out of you, then you start looking at qualities that you weren't trying to see that was already there.
Right.
And a lot of times I hate when people be like, you should have saw the red flags. You should have saw the red flags. Most of the time, yes, you should have saw the red flags, but a lot of times people choose not to see it.
The red flag was actually a target on her ass. And that's all I saw was a red target on her ass.
You talking like what? Like a mandrill? Not a mandrill ass.
I'm talking like a bull seeing red on her ass.
Yeah, it happens. So then how far do you go though? How far do you go with this person knowing that she's not right for you, but you still continue to do it? How far do
Um,
you go?
I go as deep as I fucking can. Uh, to be, I go as deep as I fucking can. For one. However, you try to always protect yourself and maneuver the right way. And I mean by that is, if you're gonna go deep, real deep, you need to make sure you got your scuba dive gear on. You feel me? Your oxygen tank and your rubber flip flops and swim gear.
See,
Tight.
but that's how we be messing up. See, because then we talking about we want the shit, and she's like, "Don't worry, you'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep
In shit.
Okay, you don't want to do you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be very conscientious of that. Yeah, you can't be just looking at. We've all done it.
Yeah.
We've all done it. We've all done it. Ladies have done it too. You knew he wasn't shit, but because you liked him, you looked past a couple of things, and then when that toxicity spilled or rubbed off on you, now you want to say it's like, no, but we all knew what the situation was. So I think taking ownership to that and just being like, you know what, I was mesmerized by this, or I was staring at that, or I just wanted to be next to that person because of this, and just it didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Right. Right.
That is what it is.
Right. Right.
Um,
I'd actually, experienced some bullshit from dealing with the wrong woman when I know she wasn't the one. So as a man, I think, you experience uh uh fate showing you that you can't do this shit as a man. You're not gonna get away with this the rest of your life. And some of us get caught up with kids, some of us get caught up with bullshit cases. Let's just keep it real. Some of us get caught up with drama from other dudes that she's dealing with. Some of us get caught up with anything, So it eventually catches up with you. It will and it can destroy you.
Yeah.
Shit. So you have to be keen and cautious of that, and also not only that, it leads you to being able to be set up in a position to where you're going to either fall because of a woman, or you're going to meet or be blessed with that right woman sent to you from God, and you ain't got to worry about that no more. But you got to cut out that bullshit that you're doing so you can do that. Otherwise,
Yeah, I was gonna say, they say cognitive dissonance, where you just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So you got to learn from that experience. I mean, negative experiences seem to linger a lot more with people in today's society anyway. So if you went through something that you knew it wasn't really cool, then the next time that opportunity presents itself, it doesn't even have to go that deep. You just see what it is. Like first from your reaction, your mouth start watering when you see that juicy thing walking by.
come on.
You don't know nothing about that woman. You don't know what's really going on, but you do know one thing: your impulses then kicked in, and you just on some low, you on a low level type stuff, like and that's where you got to check yourself. I think that's where it starts right there. Boom! As soon as you start feeling it, ooh, what's going on? I ain't even said hello to her yet. I just see, people do that, undress people with their eyes, or be having them, y'all know what y'all be doing. Shit, y'all the heathens. I'm the good one. Y'all the heathens. Y'all know what y'all be doing. Y'all badass. Okay. So, but if you learn from it, that's what makes it a lot better. And then you're able to prevent yourself from getting in that situation. And you know what? You know the best thing about it? Because I remember it was one girl, man. When I was younger, and I thought about it as I got older, I appreciated that I didn't talk to her because I got to see over the years how she is, because some people are real good at being kind and stuff to you. They might like you, but then they treat other people like crap.
Shit.
And I used to hear people talk about her like she is such a, what I mean? Like they would just go like, and I was like, man, don't do that, man. She's sweet as pie. But that was something she had just for me, until I made her mad for the first time, which it never happened. But I got to see her in action. And I was like, ooh, this is what they was talking about. And she came up to me, hey Tay, da, 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 da. And I was like, I don't want no part. Like, hey, how you doing, ma'am? I called her ma'am. We was the same age. I was like,
Ain't
ma'am,
that some shit?
ma'am,
Ma'am. And y'all
Yeah,
graduated the same year.
yeah. But
That probably made her feel like she looked old in the face.
I don't care. I just didn't want to be in trouble. I didn't want to get caught up in her stuff. But I was like, man, where was that? Sometimes the instinct kick in like naturally. But as you get older and you start being Mr. Milkbone or, getting caught up, getting mesmerized by the wiggling and jiggling, you lose that sense. And it don't come
Brother
back.
Newton,
All back. Uh-oh.
I got a question.
Here we go.
Are you ready for this question, man?
Yes, sir.
I've noticed you just made the term milk bone twice. Can you tell me what the fuck that is and what that means?
Well, Mr. Milkbone, that just means you just poking and stroking. That's the first thing on your mind.
Bone.
Mr. Milkbone. Yeah. That's
That's
the second time I got you like that, man. I remember when I mentioned soup coolers. You fell out laughing. You said, what the hell is soup coolers?
soup coolers.
Like, sir, that is very...
I think he had to repeat that shit like 3 or 4 times so I could understand what you was really saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
like hitting them with the old stuff. Like, let's say if we get some females in there and they talking a gang of stuff, I'd be like, man, y'all better quit hand pecking the brother. All right, don't be doing
I
that.
never heard that before.
You ain't never heard of hand pecking?
I remember being about 10 years old, and I was in the alley throwing rocks at houses and cars driving by.
Mm-hmm.
And this old man, Mr. Dorsey, he came outside and said, "Quit chucking them rocks." And when he said, "Quit chucking them rocks," I fell the hell out laughing. I was 10 years old, and I'm like, what the hell that means? Chucking them rocks. And I never heard that term before. He chucking them rocks. And I guess I was chucking my ass off because who knows how long he was watching me. But yeah, I was throwing rocks in the alleys at houses and cars.
Yeah. And he said, quit chucking them rocks.
Quit chucking them rocks.
We got to bring back some of them old school phrases, man. Like, what?
Chucking shit at me.
Right. Y'all, all right now. Y'all can't be over here trying to hen peck me. Zilla, when you get serious with a woman and then all her friends get together and they hounding you about marriage and stuff, they do that every now and then. Oh, y'all been together for a long time. When are you gonna ask the big question? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, woman. You're not gonna be hen pecking me, all of yous.
Okay, so that's how you use it. Okay, you said
all of yous.
Is it hen pecking?
Hen pecking.
Not hand pecking.
No, not hand packing. Hen.
Hen.
Yeah, don't be hen pecking me now. All of you.
Keep the hen pecking away from me.
Yeah, and when you address all of them, you got to say all of yous.
All of us. Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna be hen pecking me now.
That's right.
Go on now. Go on. Yeah. Anyway.
Man, you ever been asked the question like, what makes you turn your love into disgust with a woman?
Actually, yeah, that is our next question. What makes a man's love turn into disgust for a woman? Well, without bringing up anything